Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here. Welcome on back to another FIFA. Wait, no, wow. Oh my god, I've done that bloody intro so many times. I'm so used to making FIFA content. This is not a FIFA video, apologies people. This is a Football Manager video. It's a video I actually made last year as well when FIFA... There I go again. Ah, bloody hell. How many more times am I going to do that today? I made this video when Football Manager 2020 came out last year, and now that the FM21 beta has been released, I'm going to recreate it again. Ladies and gentlemen, I have got the FIFA... I swear to God, this isn't even a joke at this point. I have got the Football Manager 21 beta, and I have advanced all the way to 2050. This is probably the best, I mean, let's be real, it is the best football simulator out there in the world. So I'm very curious to see what Football Manager 2021 believes the world of football will look like in the year 2050. So we're good 30-something years into the future. I have literally the entire world of football to take a look at, an entire 30 years of which that we have not seen. So this could be a long video. I have no idea where to start. So I'm just gonna go off, really. I might go on some tangents. You gotta bear with me. But I tell you what, let's start off with just the world as a whole. Let's try to get a good summation of almost everything. Taking a look, let's start off maybe now with the World Cup winners, okay? We're in the year 2050, as you can very clearly see. There's only recently just been a World Cup played and won by Spain. As a matter of fact, they've won 2 on the bounce now. France won 3 in a row. Ukraine won a World Cup in 2026, the one that's being held in like America, Canada, and Mexico. That is unbelievable. They beat Sweden in the final, and Uruguay were the ones that finished. I mean, Uruguay in thirds, maybe not too crazy, but Sweden and Ukraine in the final of the World Cup in just 6 years from now is amazing. Let's actually see this. Okay, so the Ukraine win on penalties at MetLife Stadium. The semi-finals would have been what? Uruguay and Ukraine. Ukraine beating Uruguay, Sweden beating Belgium. That's mental. What about the quarterfinals? Who made it even further? Mexico, a host nation, made it. Portugal beat Sweden on penalties. Jamaica made it to the quarter-final of the World Cup. France beat Ukraine on extra time. That is unbelievable. Let's have a look at the Qatar World Cup. Belgium won that, beating Portugal in the final. That's a bit more realistic, with France, the current holders, coming in third place. Now, I wanted to see again what the final looks like. So Belgium beat Portugal 3-1. All right, that makes a little bit of sense. You've got the semi-finals, which France beat Belgium beat France in a penalty shootout. Portugal beating Nigeria, making it all the way. This, again, keep in mind, Nigeria did make what? They nearly got out the group last World Cup, but not to be. So for them to go from nearly making it out the group to a semi-final. Quarterfinals, you've got Chile getting all the way there. You've got Brazil, of course, not surprising. Sweden, England got beat by Belgium at the World Cup again. No shocker there. Crazy stuff. But anyway, you've got the rest. After the Ukraine, after that madness of a 2026 World Cup, France won 3 World Cups in a row, beating England twice in the final and Spain in the 2034 final as well. You've got Brazil winning the 2042 World Cup, beating Spain again, and then Spain finally bouncing back and winning 2 after beating Ireland in the final and Morocco in the final. The major clubs haven't exactly changed all too much. You've still got Real Madrid, you know, bloody Barcelona, Chelsea, or all that lot really. But there are maybe some 5-star ratings now, teams that you wouldn't have expected, like for example Nice, who have jumped all the way up. So I'm assuming that Nice at some point must have been taken over by like a tycoon. Yeah, here you go. New chairman Hong Joon-hee takes over as tycoon, and that was about 15 years ago. So not surprised. I mean, if you have a look at their it doesn't really go too far back. Look, they would have been taken over around about here maybe. And since then, they took a long time to finally win Ligue 1, didn't they? So they've only won it twice. But after that, you've got Bayern, Zebre, you know who they are. They're Juve, Sevilla, Valencia as well. And then like a Brazilian, like Intercontinental, or whatever, however you pronounce their name, and Flamengo as well. That apparently Leeds, I'll tell you what, Leeds have taken a fair jump as well. Haven't won the Premier League in the last, I don't know, 15 or so years or 20 years, but have come close. 3rd place and then 3rd place again in the most recent year. Now, as for the Ballon d'Or, we'll take a look. Robert Lewandowski, apparently in a year that it was actually given out, won the Ballon d'Or in 2020. So they've done pretty well there. They've got that one right, since he almost definitely, if it was being given out this year, would win it. Lionel Messi won it the year afterward, though, just beating out Ronaldo, who would be 36 years old at that point, and amazingly, Roberto Firmino. That is hilarious. That's crazy. And then look at this. Kylian Mbappe goes on an absolute tear. Well, for one, he joins Barcelona. That is an unbelievable, huge transfer if it were to happen. I mean, I think we're all pretty confident he's going to maybe end up going to Real Madrid, not Barcelona, but goddamn. Either way, he wins what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Ballon d'Ors in a row. That's more. That is way more than what Messi did in a row. Messi got what? 4 in a row, I think it was at one point. Yeah, I believe so. And then Erling Haaland wins one. So Haaland goes to Real Madrid. That's interesting. And then Mbappe goes to Barcelona instead. So really, we lose Messi and Ronaldo, and then we just get Mbappe at Barcelona and Erling Haaland at Real Madrid. So it's just like the universe has corrected itself. We've got the best player in the world at Barcelona, and then the second or next best player in the world at Real Madrid again. It's beautiful. Except this time it's maybe a little less competitive, with Mbappe winning 8 Ballon d'Ors. So I think by this point, we can pretty well comfortably say that Kylian Mbappe has finished as the greatest player ever. I mean, he's probably overtaken Messi with 8 Ballon d'Ors. I'm curious to see too as well who wins the Golden Boy award, if you know what I mean. This is called the World Under-21 Footballer of the Year. I have got to be honest with you, I don't actually think I'm super aware of who this person is. The guy that won it this year, according to FIFA. Wow, there it is. I knew I'd do it again. Dejan Kulusevski is playing for Juventus in real life. I do know that, but apparently he ends up winning the Golden Boy Award this year. They got Lewandowski right. I'm not so sure about this one. Erling Haaland apparently wins it next year though. Then you've got Mason Greenwood, you've got Pedri, and from this point on, it's pretty much regens, I think. Although Gavi does look to be an actual real world player, so that's interesting. And then you've got regens. My God, what a trim on that boy. Okay, let's have a quick look now maybe at some of the major international tournaments like the Euro and all that stuff super quickly as well. Spain, they've been dominating the World Cup in the last few years, but now that, back in the 2030s, they were absolutely smashing it. Won 3 in a row there. Wales won a Euro, which is insane. Italy won as well. Portugal, Spain a little earlier. Oh, Portugal, the most recent winners. Italy win the 2021 Euro, apparently, but Wales winning it. That's mad. So England still, after all this time, don't have a major trophy, and Wales have won one before them. The Copa America has apparently been won by Argentina in 2024, but I think Messi would have retired by that point. It's been pretty much Argentina, Brazil going back and forth. They're just dominating that competition. Morocco have clearly got their act together because, I mean, they made the final in the World Cup in 2050, which is amazing. I mean, they lost 4-0 to Spain, but still they made the World Cup. They've won a fair few of the African Cup of Nations trophies as well. Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Burkina Faso winning in 2035. Damn. And in the Asian Cup, you've got Australia dominating. That's what you want to see. Look at this. We've won 4 of the last 5. You bloody take that. South Korea, bloody Thailand won 1. And China finally got its act together as well. They got 1 billion bloody people in their population, and they only now finally put together a decent 11. Okay, now we look at the Champions League. Let's look at past winners for this one. This could take a while. This year, according to Football Manager, I nearly did it again. Liverpool are going to beat Juventus in the final. That's very interesting. And have a look, it's also being played in Istanbul, Turkey. So, God, they'd love it if they win it there. But you've got Man City as well, of course, winning finally their first Champions League, beating Barcelona, then Liverpool again. Man City 2 times more. Real Madrid ended up getting a win. Manchester United have finally come back and won. So that's a long time coming for them. And then every other winner since, no big long spells of domination. PSG finally win their first Champions Leagues. Barca, PSG, Barca again. Valencia and Monaco are probably the most interesting winners in this list. But aside from that, you've got Real Madrid winning plenty, Barcelona winning plenty, Liverpool pop up here and there as well. OGC Nice, that team we talked about, they got taken over by that tycoon and are now apparently quite a decent side. They made the final twice, but haven't just been able to get over that hump. Real Madrid have won it now 18 times. That is unbelievable. 18 times winners. The biggest win is still intact. The biggest, highest scoring matches is still intact. And Real Madrid won 12 games in a row. Most losses for Shakhtar. Most team goals though. Only last year, Nice scored 38 goals in the Champions League. That is ridiculous. What is the record now? It's not even in the 30s. It'd be like high 20s by like Borussia Dortmund. Ronaldo's record for most goals in a season still holds up as well. Jadon Sancho with the highest match rating for Chelsea. And now let's take a look at the Premier League. Of course, our first league we're going to jump into, and let's be real. It is just completely dominated by two teams. Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal actually won a fair few back in the day, but not so much now. Man City have absolutely just been going crazy over the whole 30-year period. Liverpool won the odd few here and there as well. But all the winners of it, though, seem pretty normal. I mean, Liverpool apparently are going to win it again this year. Man City, again, going to finish as runners-up. But they do bounce back the year after in 2022. Manchester United are apparently going to win not just one, but 3 more Premier Leagues in the next 10 years or so. But after that, it really just becomes Chelsea, Man City with the odd Liverpool, Arsenal win sprinkled in there. I mean, even looking at runners-up and third place teams, like you can't see any big surprises apart from, I think I saw Everton is in there in 2048 and Leeds finished third in 2049, 2050. But everyone else is like, yeah, there's been very little movement at the top of the table. Look at Chelsea's line. They had a bit of a dip around the mid-2030s, but they have bounced right back and won a decent amount of Premier Leagues. 3 on the bounce now. Manchester City too, you look at that line, it's very, very similar of the amount of wins and decent places. Only once they've finished below or outside the top 4 in the last 20 years. One thing I did notice was that Spurs aren't at all in the, first, second, third place finishes for like the last 30 years. I mean, they have not finished in the top 3 once in the last 20 odd years. And really, even in the last 30 years. That's, so they've really never been able to get that Premier League win even now. I guess maybe there is a little bit of good news for Spurs fans though. You have finally won some silverware. In 2021, 2024, 34 and 44, you won the Euro Cup, which I assume is just the Europa League. So, you've won the Europa League, good for you. And the Super Cup actually as well, but never won the FA Cup in this time still, never won the Premier League, and God, you haven't even finished third place since 2018. Your highest finish has been 4th still. Let's have a look at the FA Cup actually. I want to see if there is any surprise winners. I can see West Ham and Sheffield United, but again, Man City and Chelsea are there a lot too. Looking at it right now, it seems like Chelsea are going to win the FA Cup this season, then Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea. The winners, as we take a look and scroll up, really it's all, top sides that are winning it, apart from Sheffield United and West Ham that win it in 2 back-to-back seasons. So 2 very surprising winners. It's a Sheffield United versus West Brom final. What about finalists? What about runners-up? Any weird ones in there? Sheffield United made it a few times prior. Burnley made it, Leeds, Burnley again. You've got Wolverhampton Wanderers and West Brom again. West Brom had a few cracks at it, but never quite managed to win it. Quickly going back to the Premier League though, Liverpool are actually now the ones that have won the English top flight the most still with 24. Man City and Chelsea have been dominating for so long, and yet Liverpool are still the ones on top. And Man City's 100-point season is still yet to be beaten. Let's now take a little bit of a look down, if you will, the tables a little bit. Of course, I want to see any big surprising teams that are here, if I can spot them. I mean, West Brom aside, that's made the FA Cup a few times, and they're in the championship still. AFC Wimbledon are apparently up in the championship, so they're potentially knocking on the door of making it into the Premier League, which would be crazy because really, looking at the Premier League table, there were no real surprising teams that were in there. I mean, I thought so anyway. Any other teams that we're surprised are in here that have made it a real height way up? I mean, Coventry now up into the championship have done pretty well, bounced back a fair bit. In League One, you've still got Sunderland that are in the League One. That's hilarious to see. And actually, I'm kind of curious. Have they they have been able to get up into the championship, but they've been on a bit of a slide. Hell, they've been in League 2. They've been bouncing up and down between League 1 and 2 in the last couple of years. God, they are never going to recover, are they? You got Harrogate all the way up in League 1. Any other big surprises? Cambridge have made it up. As a matter of fact, Cambridge actually went all the way up to the championship not that long ago. AFC Flight have made it a decent way up as well. And in League 2, you've got, Solihull Moors up into the 4th division. You've got any other surprises? Nah. Or any other teams that have absolutely fallen. I mean, Swansea having fallen all the way to League 2, and maybe Preston as well, getting all the way down to League 2 is quite a shock. But again, I can't see too many crazy changes. Let's maybe have a quick look at some of the other leagues as well. So in Spain, La Liga, you've got just Real Madrid, Barcelona dominance again. They go back and forth, but Barca seem to be the ones on top by a pretty decent margin. The French top division again, no surprise, just PSG domination with Monaco winning the odd few here and there, and Nice, like we talked about before, have won twice in the last 5 years or 4 years as well. Looking at the last few winners of the Bundesliga as well, it has literally been no one but Bayern Munich and Dortmund that are still, even now, winning only the Bundesliga. So Bayern and Dortmund, and the only people that have gotten close would be, say, Mönchengladbach in recent years, Wolfsburg, as Werder Bremen as well, FC Köln as well. Like, my God, like, it's literally just complete dominance in all the other leagues. And it's not so much the same for Serie A, although Juventus again with Inter winning the odd one here and there, Milan, Atalanta, Roma again as well. So there's a few more teams that have won it, but still Juventus have dominated this league as well. Damn, that is insane. I'm genuinely still trying to think, like, what else? What else can we look at? Let's have a look at maybe trophies won. So Pep Guardiola has won 69 trophies in his career. Longest serving team was with Manchester City. I mean, how long was he with Man City for, if it even shows? It says his playing career, but what about his... it doesn't actually show his managerial career. Oh, here we go. Staff history. Okay, so he was with Manchester City from 2016 to 2021. So he leaves next year, apparently. Ends up managing Spain for a year, then Sevilla, then Inter, and then he goes back to Man City for like a ridiculously long stretch. Wow, okay, so he ends up becoming the one with the most trophies ever. That's more than Alex Ferguson. As a matter of fact, Zidane finishes with more than Alex Ferguson. Lampard finishes with more trophies than Alex Ferguson. Wow. And Thomas Tuchel ends up going to Barcelona and doing quite well for himself there. In terms of individual awards won, however, Kylian Mbappe is just miles ahead of everyone else. Messi wins 59, and then you've got what? John Lawless, who is like a regen that got like a decent amount of trophies and individual honors, but my God, I can't even see Ronaldo in here, man. Probably, to be fair, that's because this is retirement. This isn't for active players and managers that are still going. I think Ronaldo must still be, I don't know, clearly he didn't hang it up. Clearly he's an assistant manager at Monaco. Have a look at this. Cristiano Ronaldo has been an under-19s assistant manager for 21 years. What is that? He's 65 years of age and he's still coaching the kids. God, he's not even coaching him. He's the assistant. He's not even... Okay, that is mental to me. Lionel Messi just, finishing off his career with Barcelona, retiring and then never touching football again, never getting into management or anything. I'm not surprised by that, I don't see him becoming a manager or a coach or something like that in the future. I could say the exact same for Kylian Mbappe as well. He plays his game, he finishes it off, and then that's it. He doesn't become a coach, he doesn't become staff of any kind. And I can't even really see Cristiano Ronaldo getting into management or anything like that at all, or coaching either, let alone the fact that he'd be stuck for 20 years as an under-19s assistant manager, mate. When you're Cristiano Ronaldo, you've got all that money and you've pretty much lived the lifestyle that you've lived. I'm assuming that he's just going to retire, live on a fucking yacht for the rest of his life. That's what I'd imagine. I don't see him getting into management at all. I know a lot of people like to look at, that Euro final where he got injured and then he was basically just shouting at his players from the touchline for the entire rest of the game. I mean, that does not mean he's going to become a manager. I think that was just more... Fucking hell, you boys need to do what I need to make sure that I'm keeping you all accountable because you need to win me this fucking international trophy. I wish there was a little more realism in that regard to what players become coaches and managers. I mean, look at this. You've got Lucas Moura becoming the Manchester City manager. I don't buy that. And he left Barcelona to join Manchester City. This This I'm not so sure of. Look, he's become a manager for so many different clubs. He finishes his playing career, immediately becomes a manager, and just bounces around like crazy. I just don't see like Lucas Moura becoming a manager. So I reckon I might about leave things here. I feel like I've covered a decent amount. There's like so much to look at. It's nuts. But interesting predictions being made there. Some very intriguing calls there by Football Manager. But yeah, we will see if those pan out or not. I'll be putting out a few more Football Manager videos, and also on top of that, I'm now streaming as well, so I might do a Football Manager stream. I'm thinking of setting that up really soon. If you guys follow me, link down below to my Facebook gaming page, we'll get some Football Manager streams going, and I'll do it with a team. Maybe you can all vote for who we do it with, but I'm super keen to get into Football Manager 2021 this year. Cheers, lads. Don't forget to, again, like and subscribe. Catch you later. My name is MasterBucks. Have a good one, and bye-bye.